Hey, beautiful weather. I'm up by Lincoln Memorial. You see behind me there. Uh, People are out. Nice sunny day. It must be in the 60s. And everything is fine. But what I want to talk about is our grant. We have the monthly grant is due. The deadline is March 4th at midnight. So that's when you got to get it in. We're going to choose 50 people to give $1,000 or $2,000. But you have to be a member of Lesko Help, and that's $20 if you're not a member now. But also, when you get there, if you join at LeskoFreeHelp.com and you get to the Facebook, there's a link on top of what's called guides, Guides. So go up to the guides and click on Lesko Help 2, because it'd be easier for process applications if you put your application on Lesko Help 2, and that's a free, you can get there free. We have two platforms, a Facebook platform and Lesko Help 2, which is off Facebook. And so if you join one, you can join at LeskoHelp.com or join at LeskoHelp2.co. So any place you join, you belong to both. But Facebook is getting a little funkier every day, and so that's why we're trying to keep more of the applications on Lesko Help too. And so if you're on Lesko Help on the Facebook, go up to the guides, and there's a link there that you get in the back door of Lesko Help 2, so you don't have to worry about paying or whatever. Because if you go to LeskoHelp2.co, they'll ask you for $20, and you've already done that. So you got to go to the Facebook one and get the backdoor key, so you get in there. And then we have a group that where you apply for this, and you just put a sentence, 2 sentences, whatever. And don't forget, you could apply for somebody else who's not a member. If you think they need financial help, you just put give their situation a little bit in a few sentences, so we could decide. And it's just a function of who else we have, tell you the truth, because we're going to give out $30,000. Somebody's going to get it. So the fewer applications, the better chance is what it boils down to. We're giving that, and we'll have another one next month. It looks like we're still profitable enough to do that. If we don't stay profitable, we'll probably cut back on that somewhat. But until then, I'm trying to give out as much money as we possibly can, because people, and I see the responses from the people who get the money, how important it is. And if we could, for $1,000, improve someone's life, and we're all being fed well enough that it makes no sense to do anything else but give it to the people who are members and who support us with that money. And so we give it back in that way. How do you apply? Well, you go on the Lesko Help site, LeskoHelp.com or LeskoHelp2.co, and post and tell us what you do with it. And that's all you have to do. Like I say, the easiest thing, don't look for an application to fill out or anything. You don't need anything. So you could fill this out with no preparation. You don't have to gather any material. You don't even have to need your address or anything. And then if we pick the Lesko Help, we know of you and your story. And that's all we need to choose our people. We have a panel of 6 people who read every application, and then they all just pick out their best, and those on the top get the money. And you'll see the names of everybody who got it. You can see their applications if you want to fish through them. They're all public information. And that's what really makes it easier on Lesko Help 2, is that you could see the other applications. You could see the competition, because it's right there. It's a group for this March 4th grant. So in that group, I think there's like 100 there now. So you could see all the applications. We're going to pick 50, and we usually get about 400 applications in total. So this is down the countdown. And if you're too busy for the next 2 days to apply, you can wait till the 5th and apply to the April one. And so we'll have another grant for April 4th. Will be the last one. and I don't think I'll call it the April Fool's Grant. But I've been chasing down some grants for rent recently, and it's amazing. I mean, Texas says they're out of money, and I'm not positive of that. Some states are out of money, and some states aren't. And there's a lot of states there. In general, all over the country, we only spend about half the money that's available. So a lot of cities and towns and everything still have a lot of grant money to pay rents, and let's go back for a year. You could get 15 months worth of grant money, and that's big money. I'm sorry. Peace and blessing from Youngstown. Yay, Youngstown. Yeah. Ohio used to be my best place to go sell books. I'd start every book tour. I used to sell books and travel around the city doing being a guest on local TV and radio. And that was the way. You didn't have to pay advertising. You just had to get there. And then, there are 3 big cities in Ohio that I could get a lot of media in and spend all day doing, 6, 7 TV and radio shows a day and sell a lot of books. I didn't have to buy any advertising. I just had to act foolish. That's what media likes. Somebody who is crazy and acts foolish. No, I'll give them what they want. If they're going to give me free airtime, I don't have to buy it. So that's what it is. I mean, you have anything. You have to understand the system, what it is, and how you could use it. You want to change the system, that's a different business. If you want to make money, we're all choppy when telling us where to find the application. Can you please repeat? You are all. Oh, I'm choppy, huh? Yeah, there is no application. You just put a notice on LeskoHelp that you want to apply for the $1,000 grant, and this is what you'll do to spend the money. So this is how you're going to spend the money. It could be on yourself to throw a big ass party, or pay your rent, or your car payment, or whatever it is, or if somebody else who needs the money. You have a mom, a dad, a relative, a neighbor on the street, or a person on the street that really needs it and could do a lot with this, and then you could fill it out for him. And that's fine. Yeah. As long as it goes for a good cause, and you're a good cause, right? so your cause, my cause, any kind. LeskoFreeHelp.com is where you sign up to apply. Now, the thing with that, when you apply, you're also going to get a copy of what I call my. I've been watching and following you now since the 90s. Yeah, I love your. Oh, thank you, Tony. But you also get. As a member, I mean, I personally do research for you. I mean, for $20, and I'm able to do it and to find the stuff that you need. $6,000 for student loans, and 1 more year to go. Oh, cool! And that's, to me, that's the bonus. So if you don't win, everybody who applies gets a report that shows you like 35. Questions and answers. So these are the top questions. Like, okay, I want to fix up. I need grants to fix up my home. Okay, I have all the sources for your state that I send you. So there's 25 questions like that with answers that you get that report for free when you apply. Actually, every member could answer whether they ask for that if they apply or not. Thank you. So that's easy enough to do. And so that more than just, so if you don't get $1,000, I'll show you where to get 10,000. I'll show you where to get 20,000. Yeah, I was just talking to somebody in Texas. We had a member who was trying to get rent grant, and they told them they're out of rent grants, but not. I made a few phone calls down in Houston and found, yes, no, they do have it, but you have to be close to eviction. Yeah, got some papers or something like that, then they could help you. They're not just helping anybody who can't apply. But in Colorado, they're giving money for anybody, whether you're going to be evicted or not. You just need money to pay your rent. I mean, it's crazy. So that's why when anybody tells you something about government programs, it may or may not be true where you are. It's different all over. So And that's important, that you realize that. That's why now my new mascot is what I call a government grant gopher. You got to dig a hole like a gopher does, and you got to keep digging, and because it's not going to be easy. I mean, it may be, but if it isn't, then you have to turn into a gopher and start digging. And you do that best by using the telephone. You don't do it best by just sitting and going through Google. You're going to waste just more time and get hooked in with somebody who's going to get money from you. So you don't want to do that. You got to get on that phone, and the people you call on the phone are only people who are .org or .gov. Nobody else you should call on the phone for help, because they're just going to figure out a way to get money out of your wallet and into theirs. And that's their job. So you got to respect that. You just don't have to play. Particularly if you have money, fine. You don't, then don't get caught, because you will. So that's why it's like I made a bunch of calls, and they lead me to some other calls that lead me to some other calls. Sure, it may take you a while, but you may also get 6 months of rent, 12 months of rent, I mean, that's worth it. What have you done the last hour and a half? What have you done the last 2 hours? Most of us don't even know. I've been walking. So I sort of know. But it's out there. It's just how much effort you're going to put into it. And that's true with everything. You want to get a job, same thing. You want to be good at some sport. Well, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get back. So same thing as anything. And particularly, this is something new. You haven't done it before. So, and the problem is, I think, is that we become so good at marketing. We tell people, oh, it's so easy, as long as you give me money. And that's right. So people who don't want to give me money, I set up a free training for you. Here's you could go for free training. It's called LeskoFreeHelp.com. LeskoFreeHelp.com. I got 37 videos there. You sign in, put in your email, and you can watch 37 videos that train you on every aspect of government grants. So if you're looking for government grants to pay your student loans or to be a real estate investor, whatever it is, I have training videos there to help you. And I just did one too, an extra one I put up there called how to get the government to pay all your utility bills. And now that's up there for people to see. And so that's LeskoFreeHelp.com. So you don't have to give me any money and start learning this stuff. My mission in life is really to teach people how to use the government, because the government's the most powerful thing we have in our country. I mean, you see, who was there trying to solve the pandemic, right? That's government stuff, yeah. Look at seniors used to be, the poorest people in the country. Now, children are, and seniors are all mostly doing fine, and that's because of government programs. So government programs aren't good for everything, of course, but there are a lot of them. We've built them up during the years. The fat cats know about them, and they're not going to go away. If you want to get rid of them, then that's another job that you got to do. But I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm just saying that these are real. They're there to help you solve problems in life, particularly financial problems. And they're going to be there whether you use them or not. You have another way to solve your problem. That's great. A lot of people don't. And these are programs and money that you pay for, and people don't use because they don't know how. It's so complicated, sure. But everything's complicated at first if you've never done it before. Driving a car, just think, oh God, how am I going to drive this way? Using a computer, oh my God, a computer talks to me. What the hell am I going to do? All this stuff, it's just getting used to it. It's no real magic. And it's there for you. It's a tool. And to see what bothers me about it, these programs are really for everybody. not only just the rich people. The rich people use the hell out of them, and they lobby to get them. I mean, for a big business, it's cheaper to lobby and get money from the government as a subsidy than it is to develop a new product that people need and they can contribute to society. So that's what we have. Yeah. The sales force on a lot of companies is just lobbyists. They get a law passed to make them more money than any product they could invent. So that's why they're all here in town doing that. And the average person doesn't know, doesn't care, it's complicated or whatever. Certainly can't hire a lobbyist. So that's what I feel I'm doing. Sort of being a lobbyist for a little guy has no lobby. And I'm not going to make a law for you. I just want to show you what the hell the laws are so you could use them. That's all. I don't want to change things. I just want to use things. I don't have enough time in life to make big changes. The big changes to me would be to educate as many people as possible about how to use their government. I mean, we should do it in school or somewhere. We have civics class about the three, branches of government. Bullshit on that. That's not going to help you much, right? But if you need money to buy a house, you need money to...
I love your outfit!
Thank you, ma'am. She just said I love my outfit. Special today or something. I think it's the sun. When it's a nice sunny day out, I sort of poke out more or something. And people have an incentive to say something. But it is stuff for anything in life. You have children, raising children, that's very important. All the money programs for daycare and everything. You're a senior, you have a disability, all the programs that we're going to have a new state-by-state report for seniors and disability. So if you're there with a disability, I just, in our new report on starting a business, I mean, there's a nonprofit organization that helps people who have disabilities start businesses. And they just got a grant from the government to help more people with disabilities start a business. It's looking for a grant is not really good. You want to look for sources of people with help and knowledge about that subject that you could, that they know the landscape of what's out there and what to do. They've been scouting all this stuff for years and years, and you're going to go out and you think, oh yeah, I'll just go kill a guy. No, you got to know where it all is and what it's used for and everything, and that's more complicated. That's why people become more important than websites. Because you go to a website, want to apply, you don't really know what the hell it is. And even the words, if they say it, probably isn't, doesn't really mean what you think it means. And that's the problem. That's why you got to call people. Say, what the hell is this grant? Is that for me or not? Here's what I'm looking for. Or people that know that stuff. And see, the government has consultants, mentors, researchers, all for free. I charge you $20. But these people do nothing. So if you have a financial problem, a housing problem, there really people are getting grants to help you one-on-one for free. You want to start a business or be a freelancer or you're an inventor. There's people that are getting grants from the government to help you one-on-one for free. You're a senior and trying to do something. There are people just for seniors to help you one-on-one for free to show you what programs and help are available for you to do what you want to do in life. It's really shocking. Nothing shocks me much anymore after 40 years or so of studying all this stuff. But and I still learn every day. And what's going on really now is there's more at the state level than in Washington. So that's why you have to start learning your state. That's where the stuff really comes, where the metal meets the road. No, that's right. Pedal to the metal and Rubber meets the road. That's rubber meets the road, not metal, unless you have iron tires. Yeah, and that's why we have now on Lesko Reports. We have reports by state. So we show you where all these offices are in every state for what you want to do, whether it's get a better job or an education or whatever, or start a business. All those things are categorized by state. So, and that's like $5.95. We have that report, and that'll save you, 10 weeks Googling and getting nothing. And that to me is the legacy I really want to leave, because I don't know, if I want to train people to do this research or not. I love doing it, but that's it. But there, if I get you the sources to start, and they're easy to update and keep going, and keep going and going and going. So like me, God, I'm surprised I'm so goddamn old already, and still going. And I got to finish my 6-7 miles a day. So have fun, and don't forget, March 4th, midnight, Eastern Standard Time, is the last day to apply for our St. Patrick's Day grant. And we'll get you either $1,000 or $500 by St. Patty's Day, if all goes well. So you could have fun or help somebody out or help yourself out. Okay? March 4th. Take care.